So I've literally got up this morning, and in the past 20 minutes, like, this download keeps coming into my head. So I thought I would share another nugget of information with you guys that probably nobody cares about, but I think it's pretty prevalent. So I keep getting like the saying hurt people in my head this morning. And it's an interesting one. Sorry, I'm just, the phone was wobbling a little bit. I was just moving hands. It's a really interesting phenomenon that when you are a very caring person, it is inevitable that you get hurt. So I was thinking about this last night. When you're empathetic, and when you do everything from a place of love. So for me, I've never been a human being that can have an ulterior motive. It's just not in my character. And there's quite a few of us out and about in the wild who just are not vindictive. They're not selfish. We want to help other people. We just can't seem to fathom why people behave the way they do. Okay, so I've accepted in the last year that as somebody who is, I always think, this is going to sound really strange, but I'm like a big pulsing heart. Okay, that's how I envisage myself sometimes. Like, I give from that place of really caring about people. It's just who I am. I can't change that. So it's inevitable that sometimes people are hurtful to you because you give out this love, okay? Because you don't know any other way to be. Sometimes people can just be really mean. They can just say really mean things. And in the past, I always used to think, how can people be so mean? And now I'm kind of understanding that people can be mean, they can be hurtful, they can be bitchy, there can be gossip, there can be lots of negative things that people give to you. And it is more a reflection of them than it is you. But I think for somebody who is very empathetic, somebody who's very moralistic, somebody who cares a lot about giving to others, sometimes when people are hurtful to us, we take it way more personally than we need to. So this is a reminder that you don't have to explain yourself to anybody, any rumours, any behaviour, you don't have to explain yourself. But one thing that I wanted to say through this download is that it's really important that you remember that the strongest thing you can ever do when people are hurtful or they hurt you, whether it's in a relationship, friends, colleagues, anything that really feels hurtful, the strongest thing you can do is process it. You're allowed to be upset about it. You're allowed to think that it wasn't nice. It's allowed to impact you. That's perfectly human. But the strongest thing you can do is move past it and get to a place where you can say, okay, I don't really get why you did that hurtful thing, but I wish you all the best and I'm going to move on. Because so many people out there say, oh, I'm so strong, you know, I don't give a fuck what people think about me. But what they've actually done is they've emotionally closed off and they've now become super protective. Now they're too scared to get into relationships with people because someone hurt them in the past. They're too scared to go for a job because they got rejected in the past. And like, people pretend with this bravado that they're really strong, but really they're petrified because they got a little bit of rejection or a little bit of hurt, and now they're too scared to go out and see the world. The weakest thing you can ever do is close yourself off. Like, this world is a beautiful experience. There's people you're going to meet, things you're going to do in life, amazing relationships, and they might not always last, but they were there for you to have a beautiful human experience at the right time. So remember that the strongest thing you can do is decide to work through that hurt and let it go. Wish people well, wish people the best, okay? Carrying around bitterness literally only impacts your life, nobody else's, okay? You're just giving so much energy to so many negative things. And a lot of the time when people hurt you, this might be 10, 15 years ago when they were not fully adult yet, when they were going through some things in their life. Like, when you take the hurt in context and say, okay, that person, like, they broke up with me and that really hurt me, but we weren't meant to be together. It worked out for the best and I wish them the best. And you're not carrying like all the ills of the relationship with you into the future, because on a practical level, that makes absolutely no sense. But secondly, it just drains your energy. Like being bitter, being obsessed with other people, taking all your beautiful, lovely life energy and wasting it on something as ridiculous as that is futile. So if you want to profess that you're so strong, the strongest thing you can do is be vulnerable. The strongest thing you can do is remain open to life's experiences and say, there is a risk that I might get rejected in this situation. The job might not want me, the person might not want me, but the strongest, most empowering thing I can do is literally just go for it. Like, you have to keep that door open to get the opportunities to come to you. The minute you say, no, I don't want to come out of my comfort zone, and no, I'm just going to remain in this little prison mentally that I've created for myself where it's safe, I think that's the saddest position you can be in, because you're just missing out on so many things. So just remember that it's okay to be hurt, but just don't let it control your life.